Now place your right hand on the Bible and read from the card.
I, Reginald Stanley Poole, do solemnly swear not to make mention of or utterance of the matters that have here passed between us. So help me God.
So, gentlemen, we are now bound together in silence by the oaths you have taken from this moment on and forevermore.
I was always a fairly methodical boy, the kind of chap who made lists and didn't like tires missing from his dinky toys. I still like to know the reason why things happen, which is why, even after all these years, I want to try and set the record straight.
Leave my lace alone, will you? Please. Did you hit that squirrel, or was it mine?
No, yeah, I got one, I think. I think Reg got the other one. Better put the fire out, Reg. Haven't been any Jerry Bombers for months.
Oh, grow up.
Come on. Oh, stinks. Not supposed to smell good. Makes it grow, that's the point.
Ugh.
Come on.
Oh, it's horrible.
Let's have a look. See? Oh, Norman. Come on, Norman. Come on. Thank you. $3 3/4.
Well, I don't know where you measure it from.
Get him.
I'm measuring it from.
Telephone communication subject to monitoring. Letters and telegrams open to random evaluation. Travel to coastal regions severely restricted. Cabling privileges withdrawn from pressmen, thank God. And if the PM gets his way, blanket censorship of all the press. Any questions?
Why Eisenhower? I mean, what was wrong with Monty?
18 months ago, he was a half-colonel.
Even Allen broke, for Christ's sake.
Instead of questioning the credentials of the Supreme Allied Commander, the whole damn shooting match you're in, gentlemen, you might concern yourselves rather more with that condition upon which God has granted liberty to man, namely, eternal vigilance, You may well think the 13 German agents unearthed so far to be no insubstantial haul. However, one more clandestine Hun winkled out at this particular moment could be feathering the old titfer. You understand? Unremitting, selfless, bloody-minded vigilance. And get rid of that damn teacher, eh?
Looks like the balloon's about to go up.
You can thank Reginald for that.
I don't know why you can't wait for them to get bigger.
Eggs don't get bigger.
Letter from your mother, Reginald. And something for you, Jennifer. Well, they certainly make a change from powdered egg, but I can't help feeling sorry for Mrs. Molehill.
Oh, they don't seem to mind. They usually lay about 8 eggs. If you take 3, they just lay another 3. Don't seem to mind.
Those the Polly photos.
All in good time. Everything all right at home, Reginald? Must be such a relief to your mother knowing you're safe in the country. You'll hardly want to go back to London when it's all over. Aren't you going to tell us who's been writing to you?
It's a card.
It's a Valentine. Oh, it's a bit late for one of those, isn't it? Who's it from? I know. The Jeffreys boy, he was arty. The eldest who's away... What's the name of that school? Daddy was very interesting on that subject. Being something of an ornithologist. I don't suppose either of you know, for instance, that the custom dates from the medieval belief that it's on the 14th of February every year that all the birds begin to mate. Isn't that a nice thought? Wootton Hall, that was the school. Rather bold of him.
It's nowhere near Valentine's Day.
Hope it's not that dreadful boy we met in Leatherhead.
Got lost in the post, I expect.
Now, these are lovely, I must say. You do take a good picture. Daddy'll be so pleased to get one. Isn't that one good?
I would ask you all to remember Michael Rutherford, so recently a pupil at this school, killed in action in the struggle for Italy on the 28th of last month. We shall observe, if you please, a period of silence while we all quietly remember him and what he stood for.
What was the score last time?
Oh, didn't stop blubbing, Bishop. Sentiment is praiseworthy. Sentimentality rather the leer.
It is not my recollection that Robert E. Lee was a particularly enthusiastic champion of the Chartists' cause. You defeat me, boy. You have history going on all around you, and your head is stuffed full of the American Civil War. You may become an eminent historian. You may even matriculate. And meanwhile, life will have entirely passed you by.
Apologies, Headmaster, for interrupting the natural flow of history. Matron's particularly keen to see you, young Whitehead, one gathers.
Now tell her I shall be along immediately. I am sure, gentlemen, that I can rely on your natural curiosity as to the key points of the People's Charter of 1838 to keep you not only employed, but silent as church mice during my absence.
Sebastopol has fallen. The news came a quarter of an hour ago in an order of the day from Marshal Stock. The whole of the Crimea has now been liberated. If there are any more details in time, they'll be given at the end of this short bulletin. Some 2,000 American aircraft from this country...
Sykes were better than the Hitler Youth. I think that's true.
Ready, boys?
Fire!
Good shooting.
Bien. Prenez vos livres à la page 7. Nous allons traduire maintenant l'exercice à la page numéro 7. Souvenirs de jeunesse. Eh bien, you will please face the front and get on with your work.
You're the bloke from Effingham. Come to get the motorbike.
That's right, sir.
Another 5 minutes and he'd have missed me. Didn't they tell you? We're not up here all hours, you know. You should have telephoned. Hey, haven't you forgotten something? Make sure you lock up properly when you bring it back.
by week, the merry-go-round goes round the services, bringing music and fun to boys and girls in khaki and 2 shades of blue. This week was Air Force Week, and next week the predominating colour will be...
It's funny to think of Daddy listening to this in Africa. You don't want that anymore, do you?
No, throw it away.
Much finding in the marsh.
There are Americans over the common.
Have they got any nylons?
Didn't know you were interested in the war.
You need rather more paraffin, I fancy, Poole, if that particular petrol bomb is to do any damage to Jerry. It's an amazing principle that kite is it not petted. You know, given the correct surface area, there's nothing to stop it lifting the whole city of London into the air. Quite wonderful.
Come on, never let it be said we didn't teach you to be gentlemen. Spread your legs, Winstanley.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Back off, Jessup, you'll smother him.
Quantrell says some of the Negroes have got 15-inch ones. Do you think they have to strap it to their knee in the daytime?
Has anybody ever told you? You're very beautiful.
You can cut the fancy stuff, Wardle. Gentlemen dance, but they don't dance well.
You want something?
No, I'm a dispatch rider from, Hello, I say, you don't happen to have any nylons, do you?
Dispatch rider? And that's the message?
No, I wondered... Well, I thought maybe you might...
Yes?
It's my sister.
Now you're making sense. And she thought us being Yanks, isn't that what you call us over here? Might just have packed a few pairs of silk stockings when we got our marching orders, in case they came in handy, right?
I think so.
She a good looker?
Yes, I mean, she doesn't wear a Liberty bodice any longer.
Is that right?
Is that what you're here for? The second front?
That's right. Smart kid. We're going back. The big one, you know? Is there any life around here? I mean, like, where's the nearest drugstore?
There's a Boots in Effingham.
Boots. Okay. Now, how about you come across? The sister you got.
Oh.
Well. So who's this then, Lieutenant? One of our allies, Colonel.
Member of the Army Cadet Force, sir. Crispin School.
You don't say.
Don't you think they'll start missing things if we go on nicking stuff from the ammo dump?
Nah, too much going on to bother about us. Fatty Dobson says they're Canadians over the other side of the common.
Tell you something doesn't make sense.
What?
They told him the Yanks are going to Omaha. Well, what would they want to go there for? It's in America.
Ready? Maybe it's a code word.
Mr. Anderson. Well, I suppose I should say Captain Anderson. He loved his fishing. One of these days, I hope you'll meet him. Pass your plates. Well, I say that. He hasn't seen Jennifer since she was... The way you filled out, he'll hardly recognize you when he comes home.
A friend of mine said she saw you riding a motorbike the other day. You can take me up there if you like. The American camp.
Picture was good. You keep away, little boy. It's gonna work. Hi there. So you're Reg's sister. You sure live up to your photo. I'm Steve, Lieutenant Hipwell.
I'm Jennifer Anderson.
Oh, hello there, Jennifer. Pleased to meet you. Would you and I like to take a ride in my Jeep? Reg, you won't mind, will you?
No, he won't mind. Have you ever been to Hollywood, Lieutenant Hipwell?
Steve, please. Hollywood. Well, let me see. Yeah, I'll tell you something. You're not going to believe this. A lot of those Hollywood stars are not half of what they're cracked up to be. That Esther Williams. Oh, boy, they get some trouble with her, I can tell you. Did you know that she can't even swim?
Hey, soldier. You want to help with the war effort? The
Army Cadet Force, huh?
That's right, sir.
Seconds, sir.
Yeah, well, I'll bet you my little friend, Monty here can do it fast. Monty! Okay, put your money where your mouth is. Place your bets with Sergeant Kapansky.
Okay, boys, 2 to 1 on the side. Line up here. Yeah. Okay, take that one. Let's go. Let's go. Come in. See it. See your money, boys. Come on, Archie. Take it all. Let's see it all, boys. Bring it in, guys. 2 to 1. 2 to 1. All the way.
You better be telling me the truth, boy. Monty says he's the hottest in the school boy.
Look good, sir.
Hey, come on, back off here. Let the guy through. Come on, let's have some space. All yours, General. Get set. And go.
It's over, kid. It's all over but the shout. Come on, I got money in it. No, he's gonna choke. He ain't gonna make it. You got it, Sarge. You got it, Sarge. We get it, guys. You got it. Yours. Come on, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. You got it, Sarge. Come on, you can do it. Give it up. Come on. Wasting your time.
How much time is it? How much time?
Down to 2.
Yeah! All right, that's the way to play it.
Jesus Christ. 46.9.
Check the watch.
Yew tree. You sure it's what they said?
I think so.
What are you doing this weekend, Norman?
Going to my auntie's.
Go on, Reg, come cycling with me.
No, I'm going up to camp. It's like Magpie said. History. It's all going on around you.
There she is.
Yeah. Canadians say it's called Overlord.
What is?
Whatever it is they're all doing here. We could drill a hole through to her bedroom.
She gets a bit funny at times.
Yeah.
Expected to change her life.
Sykes says we're using live ammunition again on Friday.
Utah would make more sense.
Those cigarettes are stale.
Alicia.
What's he doing? Is it true? Gives and Mademoiselle G do things. What things? Well, when they're on Firewatch, when they sleep at school. We'll be on Firewatch next year if we matriculate.
Do you want to do things with Mademoiselle Gidou?
No. What then?
To climb aboard an omnibus before a lady is quite unforgivable. And you all know it. You have let both your school and yourselves down very badly.
Sir, we've been waiting for ages.
Yes, sir. She only got there just before it came.
I can see little point in continuing the present conflict, if that is the sort of world in store for us. As you know, I do not consider lines a fitting pastime for the diligent mind. You will complete 5 of these blank crossword pro formas, and we may consider the matter closed. It is not, I believe, the first time that your freedom has been thus curtailed. I trust it may be the last. Nothing so sets a man apart in terms of erudition more surely than the extent or limitation of his vocabulary. Mark, learn, and inwardly digest, and punishment shall bring forth its own reward.
We should get Gives. It was weekend.
Yeah, right.
Mulberry! I told you, it's a fruit.
What?
He thinks they're gigantic concrete things floating in the River Mole.
I saw them on Sunday. The Irish are building them.
Why?
My auntie says because they can't be called up.
He means what for?
Well, I don't know.
Well, they'd be in the dictionary. Doesn't your auntie know?
She doesn't like the Irish. Seven letters beginning with B.
Sends his crosswords off to a paper somewhere, you know.
Tidbits.
They wouldn't be, though, would they? What have they just been invented?
What?
Tits?
Get off!
Navy wings are made of lead. I don't know, but I've been told. I don't know, but I've been told. Air Force wings are made of gold. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Five. Another one says you're gonna have 8 points. Come on, Reg.
Yeah!
Jeez.
Are you sure about this? You told me you were better than the Hitler Youth. I believed you. Okay, about face. 1, 2, 1, 2.
You are getting close.
Come on, Reg.
Yeah.
Okay. Right up, down,
All right, gentlemen. Gentlemen. 25 seconds to beat.
There's your bullet.
25.
Okay, hold it there, hold it there.
I doubt it.
Quiet, guys. Get set. Go! All right. Come
Can I have these?
Yeah, sure. Anything you want. Just don't ever do anything like this to me again, okay? Let's go, General.
Come on, boy.
How do you know I could do it?
Well, back home, I'm not a colonel. I wear a suit and a tie, and I go to work every day in a company along with thousands of others. Well, I do other things as well. But I have the typing pool under me. I figured stripping the Browning was a lot like touch typing, you know? Whatever they say, they always do it faster when they're not looking at the keyboard. Psychology, that's what they call it.
Do you think the Germans know about Overlord?
You mean how many of us there are over here? Canadians, Americans, cooped up in our sausages? Well, about 1.5 million of us, that's what they say. I think Fat Herman might have noticed something, don't you? But it's just a word, like Omaha. I don't know where it is, and I don't know when we're going there. Guess we're not even part of the spearhead. Well, that's okay. The only important thing right now is that no one, and most of all Jerry, better find out which bit of the far shore we're gonna hit. Patty, come on, boy, where are you?
What's a mulberry?
It's, some kind of fruit. Red, mushy.
I can take you closer home if you want.
I'll kill you if Mum ever finds out where I go.
Cross my heart.
She's in a bad enough mood as it is today. Says you've pinched one of her sheets. What do you want a sheet for anyway?
I've got to get the bike back.
Tuppence head, Mr.
Entrez. Merci beaucoup. That will be all, Jeeves. You wish to speak to me, Reginald?
Yes, I mean, being Mademoiselle, coming as you do from France.
Oui.
I thought you might be able to tell me where this is.
Ian, Roger here. Listen, don't get me wrong. I'm the last one to want to start hares, but have you seen the Telegraph this morning? No. The crossword.
Nobody will see us, Reg. Everyone's gone home except for them.
They're doing it! I saw them.
Come on, Reg.
Let's go.
Oh, I can't do it. Better work.
Thank you, Brian. Yes. I've just heard this bush is the center of nursery revolutions.
Pardon? Oh, no. I've got another one. But some bigwig like this has stolen some of it at times.
Overlord?
Yes? He's looking at it now.
Christ.
He'll ring me back.
Get me the editor.
Germany calling. Germany calling. Germany calling. Here are the Reichsender Hamburg, Station Bremen, and Station DXB on the 31-meter band. We know exactly what you intend to do with those concrete units you are building on your rivers. You are making... Don't you? Well, we are going to help you, boys. We'll save you the trouble. When you come to get them underway, we're going to sink them for you.
You told us, given Ultra, it was an impossibility. Any German spy would upset the apple cart just in the moment. But someone with access to bigot material.
Yes. Well, we can't be sure. Well...
Strictly on to the moon. If we don't go now, the Russians are quite likely to cave in. If they do...
How long have we got?
Sir, my brother said he did human reproduction for matriculation.
I think dogfish will be quite sufficient in your case, Norman. Now, ever since 1932, I believe it is, There has been a question in every matriculation paper pertaining to the blood. Each and every one of you listen to me very carefully. Now, the moment the invigilator gives you the auth, you will scour the paper for just such a question, and having found it, you will answer it no matter how the question is phrased, and your first sentence will read, "The blood is the transport system of the body." Never mind a jot what the question says, the blood is the transport system of the body. Picture, if you will, a board examiner plowing through paper after paper. You'll have no more idea of the question than you have today. Instead, he'll read your first sentence, and he will say to himself, "At last, somebody who at least knows something about the blood, and that'll be 10 marks.
You served Mr. Maggs in the Great War. You appreciate, I'm sure, the paramount importance of security.
You did construct those particular crosswords. They've not been tampered with in any way?
As far as I can tell, no.
I do not think it an exaggeration to say that should the unthinkable happen, the whole prosecution of the war may be hampered.
Crikey.
May the 2nd, 17 down. May 22nd, 3 across. May 27th, 11 down. And May 30th, 11 down. If you'd be kind enough, Mr. Maggs, to tell us the answers to those particular clues.
Scunthorpe, Crumpet, Wishbone, and Turnip.
Do you think many people are called Hess?
In Germany, yes. You know, we really ought to tell someone if there are German spies.
Luther, Omaha, Mulberry, and Overlord.
When he said across, he meant down. That's all. And when he said down, he meant across.
I'm afraid you'll have to explain their significance to me.
Those words, Mr. Maggs, are top secret.
Not to say bigot.
We're hardly likely to start telling you what they mean, are we? We're rather looking to you to tell us.
But I don't... Well, the first two are American states. Mulberry is a fruit. And overlord is from the Greek, supreme lord or master.
I assume you make up these crosswords entirely on your own. I mean, you receive no assistance from anyone.
No one else is involved in any way, I assure you.
That'll teach him.
Do you think so?
I find the whole thing quite... The boys of your background. To think that you should know such words. School, my own reputation. If I am to... I shall have to know the full extent of your... You will write down every word. Every single word you should not have done. You have half an hour.
For God's sake, Lillywhite, every damn code word for Overlord. I've got to tell the PM something. He's terrified of a rift with the Americans. What do I say? Coincidence?
I'm convinced the words hold absolutely no significance for Mag, sir.
Nothing. Nothing at all. You do realize the whole invasion could be put off because of this?
Well, sir, Meadows and I do have a theory.
Well, the worst they can do is expel us. Told you what I put. Onanism. I put virgin. Ovary. What? Ovary. I put breast as well.
If we wrote all the words on one piece of paper, Magpie wouldn't know whose they were.
All right. Fetish. What's it mean? I don't know.
I don't understand what he was talking about. I mean, losing the war.
What did you want to go and put fetish for if you don't know what it meant?
and the lieutenant? What's going on?
Ask no questions and you'll be told no lies.
Dear Mum, I'm very sorry not to have written sooner. Thank you for yours. If you get a letter from Mr. Maggs, I think you should know a lot of us here think he's mixed up with some German spies. Hello?
Can I come in?
Yes. Would you like a seat?
Can I talk to you? Or, I mean, you're a boy. Mum wouldn't... I didn't know who else to... That's nice.
It's a Sopwell's pub. One of the wheels has come off.
I mean... Well, you must have thought about these things. Would you marry someone who wasn't a... who'd... Well, you know.
Yes.
You're not just saying that?
No.
And you'd still respect her?
Yes.
Oh. Did you do that?
Yes.
Bee's knees.
In the ether?
Yes. In the sense that if Winston and General Eisenhower are thinking these words often enough and strongly enough, they can be picked up, as it were, by ordinary people out of the air who don't know what they mean at all.
I think I see what you mean. Blame Eisenhower. And Winston.
No. Yes, in a sense.
Of course, Winston is torn between wanting another Nazi spy so he can be hung, drawn, and quartered, and wanting to be told there isn't one so the invasion can go ahead. On the whole, I think in the ether we'll do rather well.
Will the Americans believe it?
Oh, the Americans will believe just about anything. It's whether or not Winston swallows it that matters. Mind you, whether he's convinced or not, if this crossword waller of yours does turn out to be, I'd give the invasion forces about 4 hours. Wouldn't you?
Reginald?
Yes?
You'll never guess who paid us a visit today. Your headmaster. It's the first time I've ever met him in person. Such a gentleman. When you think of all the responsibilities, all the problems. And he wanted to look at your bedroom. It's not the Molehill things, is it? I mean, why he wanted to come here?
Yes, I expect so.
Well, we'll just manage without them. Don't you worry, Reginald.
Take me up there.
Here is a special bulletin read by John Snell. D-Day has come. Early this morning, the Allies began the assault on the northwestern face of Hitler's European forces. The first official news came just after 9:30. Chief headquarters, the Allied expedition report.
It was the end of childhood. It was as if my innocence and my dreams departed with the tanks and the trucks, like them, never to return. I would never be the same again. The world would never be the same again.